Stimulating. Mind experiment.
It's no sleep, baby.
Welcome, everybody, to No Sleep, the podcast. I'm AJ Simmons, your pal.
Wake up!
Sorry.
We're just getting right into it.
Yeah, we're not going live like we traditionally do. So the beginning feels a little less climactic. Was my gut hanging out?
Yeah, a little teeny bit.
Nice. Maybe I like
I
that.
just gave you an assist. No, it's all right. I
Yeah.
would too. No. Yeah, my
Just fat and hairy.
Gutcast.
Yeah, the Gutcast would be sweet. Yes, I'm disheveled, I guess. I'm sorry. But I'm AJ Simmons, your disheveled friend this evening. Yeah, I'm going to be out of town, so we're recording this one a little early, which is why it's not live, for the record.
Live to tape.
Live to tape. We do have our friend Sam Hershock in the Peanut Gallery.
the big winner.
That's right. Yeah, congrats to Sam Hershock
Yes.
on winning the most
The
recent.
fourth time. It's gross.
Yeah, you hate to see it. You hate to see it. Pretty awesome. Got a nice little chunk of change too. What are you gonna, what you're gonna spend your money on?
Yeah, Willie has a dentist appointment.
Nice. We can ask him when he gets on the podcast.
Yeah,
Dental
sure.
appointment for his
yeah.
dog.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll bring in Sam at some point.
Is he just sitting there?
He literally
for
just
fun?
wanted to be in the peanut
Oh,
gallery.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But no, we can definitely bring him in at some point when we're feeling crazy about it. So anyway, I'll do some jokes, comedy podcast, whatever.
Yeah, I get it.
I guess so.
Hilarious.
Yeah. It's officially White Guy Winter, by the way, which means I'm only listening to acoustic folk and complaining about relationships that I ruined until April.
Is it? Is it really white guy winner?
Oh, no,
I mean, Trump's about to be president. I guess it is.
yes. And then I did get rid of the vape approximately 24 hours after you saw me with it on the podcast.
Okay. Felt bad about yourself?
I did. I kept waking up. I was hitting it, watching mini horse videos
Oh, yeah.
nonstop.
Mini horse video.
You were having too
Many.
much fun, and you're like, I
Oh.
can't live like this.
I could not live like it, so I got rid of it like a secret agent does a cell phone, where I like put it in a bag of water and like shook it up.
Oh, wow.
I was like, I got to short circuit this
serious?
thing. Yeah, because I knew that if I took it to the trash, I would fish it out of the trash.
Yeah, I'd be curious to take it out, dry it, and see if it still worked.
It seemed like, I mean, the screen was still kind of going.
This vape will self-destruct
Yeah.
in 10, 9.
It did start shooting little smoke out of the mouthpiece.
Yeah,
and
little sparks.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because I was like, otherwise I will come back out here in 5-degree weather and like fish it out of the dumpster trash.
AJ has become Captain Self-Control. Pretty impressive.
Oh,
At least for like after 2 or 3 days of vape debauchery,
it's funny that
got him
I'm
back on track.
your first mate, the opposite of self-control.
And I'm somewhere in the middle. I vary in between.
But those are both my jokes.
Oh, okay. Good job.
Thanks, buddy.
Nice.
This is just observation, but sometimes friends of mine will talk to me about the podcast or things that have happened on it. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how you guys feel when people talk to you about it, but I get like a blank look on my face and just kind of feel embarrassed that I'm like, oh, yeah. And I'm happy that they listen to it, but then I'm just like, oh, yeah. And then they'll talk to me about something I said, and I'm like, oh, my God. It's even more embarrassing secondhand. Anyway, that we went nowhere. I'm talking about my neighbor now. My neighbor has a huge clock in his house. I think it's so cool, and it's got like no numbers. It's just got the lines on it, and then like a painting of stampeding horses, and it's like it takes up like half his wall. And I guess what I'm saying is that I'm jealous of my neighbor's huge horse clock.
Huge
Horse
huge
clock.
horse clock. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to do another one similar to that.
You're gonna like it.
You guys are going to fucking love it. I don't even want to do it now.
Now you got to.
I'm
Now.
Now
going
you
to.
have to.
I've always wanted to play the piano. That's a true story. If you guys know this doesn't even count as a joke that I wrote, by the way. This just exists in the ether. But I've always wanted to play piano, but I can't. So I guess you could say I have pianist envy. Run those on a loop.
Yeah,
Hamburger.
I don't feel like we're giving them enough. These are pretty good.
Hit it.
Hamburger. Nice.
I think that's 3 honest jokes right there, my friend. All right, cut to Alex Carter.
Those were honest jokes. I don't have honest jokes, but I do have a pitch for you. Will you accept a pitch?
Absolutely.
Movie pitch.
I'm ready.
Popeye has entered the what's it called? The
Off to a rocky
public domain.
Oh, okay.
Public
Yeah.
domain.
All right.
So anyone can do anything with Popeye now. Public
Yeah,
domain.
there's a Popeye horror movie now.
Of course there is,
Yeah.
because it just hit the public domain 2 weeks ago. I think we need to reboot a Popeye movie starring us.
Okay.
Because we can just do it for free.
Yeah.
Who's gonna play Popeye?
I think it's got to be Toll. Right?
You don't have hair.
That's true.
Popeye's hair.
You're more of a Bluto, I feel like.
Oh, yeah. I got the beard going right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're taller than I am.
I'm olive oil. I call. Popeye.
Is that what she sounds like?
I think so.
Something like that.
Or the
And I got Sweet Pea at home.
That's true. Oh, there you go. There you go.
Perfect. We got this.
I like it. I had not heard anything about this. I feel like my feed's been completely swallowed by David Lynch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a shocking one. I didn't. He seemed like
For
he would
real.
live a bit longer than that.
I was surprised to see. That was a sad one. David
Yeah.
Lynch. I like David Lynch.
Emphysema. Guy smoked like crazy.
Oh,
got
yeah. But he was still. How old was he? Like
76, 70, something like that.
should have switched to vapes, buddy.
There you go.
Should have switched.
I don't want to vape.
Yeah. Where's he? He's from the Midwest, isn't he? Because he sure sounds like it.
Is he from like Omaha, maybe?
I don't know.
I'm
Should
making
maybe know
that
this
up.
before I ask.
One of those auteurs, dare I say, right?
Hey Siri, where's David Lynch from? I don't have any contacts sharing their location in the Find My app.
He's gone.
All right,
He gone, baby.
Thanks, Siri.
Siri can't find him. He's left the building.
God damn.
I'll Google it, but I am curious. I thought he directed the movie. I can't fucking remember what it's called now. I was shocked. I
Dune?
didn't know this. I knew he directed Dune, The Elephant Man, and Eraserhead.
Mulholland Drive.
Montana.
Montana.
David
gotta-
Lynch from Montana.
Interesting.
So not Omaha.
Yeah, in Mulholland Drive, but he also directed the movie with the old guy from Iowa that drives his fucking lawnmower. Yeah.
No. Is that David Lynch?
I just saw it.
Huh.
Am I out of line here? If I knew what it was called, I would look that up. too.
Lawnmower Man. Look it up. I think David Lynch directed Lawnmower.
That's where, the guy
could
from
have.
Iowa is mentally disabled, and then he enters a computer and becomes advanced and starts murdering people.
Yep.
That's right. While driving a lawnmower.
Lawnmower Man.
Let's see. I hope I'm not making that up.
To the phone.
Yes. This is good
Siri.
podcasting. But I was just shocked to see that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fair enough. I really didn't watch much of his stuff. I tried to watch Twin Peaks a couple times. I don't know. I just kind of lost interest.
Twin
Yeah.
Peaks. I remember when that came out, and I never watched a minute of it.
Yeah.
It took. I remember it swept the nation. Everyone was crazy for that show, and I
Yeah.
just skipped it.
He seems to fall
Good
in that
story.
category of it was a good start. I think he falls into that category of those kind of avant-garde artists that I'm
Yeah.
too stupid to probably appreciate this or something.
Yeah, people that have a very artists that have a real singular, like, I'm going to do my shit my way. End
Yeah.
of story. And if I'm not doing that, I don't care. So he was just all over the place doing his own thing. He's one of those guys, which I appreciate.
Absolutely. The Straight Story, that's what it's called.
Of course, that's what it's called. It's not called lawnmower man. Why would we call that?
I still. The guy's name was Alvin Strait. Nice wordplay. I could have done that as my first joke. Then it wouldn't have been about dicks.
Yeah, we got rid of the pillow that has fuck knitted onto it.
Yeah.
But we joked about dicks about 2 minutes.
Well, I figure if we censor it in the clips, I don't know.
Yeah. True. Seems innocent enough, you know?
Look at that cat's face. That's an innocent cat. That cat didn't do nothing to no one.
Yeah, he
Never
did direct
did no
it.
wrong.
I know.
Yeah.
So that was David Lynch.
It was.
Well, all right,
All right.
him.
We set the
I
record
know
straight.
the old guy got an Oscar nomination out of that one.
Yeah, I don't think I've even heard of it until now.
Yep.
The Straight Man,
The Straight Story.
The Straight Story.
An old guy that can't drive anymore goes to see his dying brother across the country. So he rides his riding lawnmower. And it's based on a true story of a guy from Iowa.
Damn.
Sounds like an Iowa guy story right
sounds
there.
like a real genius. Real Midwestern light bulb right there.
Could you not just like see if a neighbor would be
That's what I'm saying. Did somebody see this guy? Like, hey, didn't we see that guy 40 miles ago on his lawnmower?
Yep.
Should we ask him if he wants a ride?
Yeah, wants
I
a
don't know.
lift.
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of money you would spend on gas for the lawnmower to get there and going 8 miles an hour, you could probably pay someone to give you
Yeah.
a lift.
I feel like a lawnmower doesn't
No
get
shit.
great mileage.
No.
It's not a real tuned up engine.
And it's about the speed of a brisk walk.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice. Efficient.
Yeah. Yeah, he seems like he was willing to direct lots of different shit.
Yeah.
I do,
Always had his stank on it though.
Yes, yeah, definitely. And that's why I'm like, even as someone who I don't consider myself a diehard fan, I'm a fan of his type of person.
Yes. I feel yes. Like I said, I haven't seen a ton of his stuff,
Yeah.
but it was always omnipresent, and I knew that he was like a real creative weirdo, which is my kind of person.
Yeah. And at some point, I'll probably actually watch something and be like, yeah, he was great.
And his first movie
Well,
is Eraserhead.
That was his first movie.
I'm pretty sure that, and they were like, you know what? We're going to let you make some more movies. And if you ever seen Eraserhead, you're like, damn, that's kind of surprising. But the lady gives birth to like a freaky, kind of maggoty baby that screams nonstop.
Is that Eraserhead being born?
No, I'd have to watch it again.
Okay.
No, Eraserhead is his hair is like stands straight up. I think that's Eraserhead. People are going to get mad that we're talking about this without knowing.
We don't even know what we're talking about.
Yeah. I've seen
David
I've
Lynch
seen the
just
Elephant Man.
died.
Yeah.
I own Mulholland Drive.
There you go.
My girlfriend's
Yes, you
last
do.
name is Mulholland. Don't worry about it. Yeah,
We're street certified.
that's right.
We know what we're talking about. We always do on this podcast.
Yes.
And that's why you listen, because we know what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
Wild at Heart, huh? Blue Velvet. Let's name some David Lynch movies.
Yeah.
Look at me now.
Keep going.
Wild at Heart, Blue Velvet,
Dune.
Dune, The Elephant Man. Some more in there.
The straight story.
Yeah, the straight story.
The gay story.
Shit. Yeah.
Have you ever had sex in the daylight before? Be honest.
Yes,
It hits different, doesn't it?
it does. I had sex outside in a park during the day one time.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah. It was weird.
It's much more vivid. You're like, oh,
Oh, yeah.
look at all this.
It's like seeing 4K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
8K.
Yeah. 8K horniness.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of us needs a shower. And it's me.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Now with your new bidets, your
That's
double
right.
bidet household.
Dude, the bidet, okay, get this. So it's fine. It works pretty good. But the way my toilet, everything in my house is like not standard. So my toilet, rather than having like solid bolts to hold the toilet seat on, it's got like these long plastic bolts
Yep.
and a huge fucking gap there. So like the hole that the bolts go through is just like wide. They're not
Yeah.
It's just attached to the bottom of the
Hot
top.
dog down a hallway
And
scenario.
exactly. So now with the bidet making it all
So to speak.
slippery, you sit on the toilet seat and it's fucking sliding all over the place. And then when you get the bidet going, you gotta be like, oh, you gotta like aim it at my little butthole, you know? You gotta, like,
Bullseye.
adjust properly. And I will tell you, I'm also very disappointed after I bidet for a long time. And then I'm like, you know, you got to do the dab and test wipe.
They'll
Yeah, exactly.
clean off the corners, you know?
Yes. And then you go, yerk. I'm like, oh, there's still a bunch of poop. What kind of bullshit is this? Human shit, I guess.
Nice try, Japan.
Yeah.
What am I paying?
Yeah. What the hell?
Yeah.
It's like, but you also
It
get
do
it,
be like
and then
that
you're like,
sometimes.
damn, it's going like straight up your butthole, and it's a new feeling.
It's intense.
Yeah.
It's all every single time. I've been in the bidet life for years now.
Quite some time.
And every time it's like bullseye. How do you know? Bullseye.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Just like Luke going down the fucking
Yeah,
Death Star,
shooting
just-
the Death Star. Yeah,
boom,
Oh,
hits it every time. You're like, damn it, bidet. How do you know?
yeah.
Gets
Get
the,
some sort
gets
of-
the womp rat every time.
You use the force and you fucking target, lock in, fire those torpedoes, bam, clean asshole, just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I could ever go back. It would have to be like an apocalypse situation.
Oh, I know. When I travel, if you ever travel after you have a bidet, you're in a hotel for a couple of days. You're like, "What am I, a fucking caveman?
They
I got
make-
shit all over my ass now. I'm trying to have a good time on vacation."
They make travel bidets,
Oh.
and I'm not sure how. Like, does it come? Do you have to fill it up with its own water? Because you're not going to hook it up to the toilet in the hotel.
I have heard of those, and I don't know
Yeah.
Or is
technically how
Is
those.
it just like a sports water bottle that you squirt your own?
Yeah. Sit on this. Yeah.
probably a little foot pump? You're just like,
Yeah. I do feel gross when I'm without it.
yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
like
not-
it. But
I feel like I have to be clean, showered.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's
my
great.
butthole.
It's great to get stuff out of your teeth too.
Have you joined the water pick lifestyle yet?
I have not.
You should.
I have
That's my
joined.
next. Yeah, I gotta get one of
Yeah,
those.
maybe.
I finally brush my teeth every day though, so that's exciting.
That's really good.
Moving on up.
You start living with ladies, and you're like, oh, I better do this, I guess.
I guess.
Twisting your arm.
Yeah.
Gotta up the old hygiene game around the ladies. That's true. Yeah, guys that live alone. And AJ, you seem like a pretty put together. Like, yeah, how many times you shower like twice a day, don't you, or something?
Yeah, probably.
Damn. Yeah. So like,
Probably.
But I would say on average, most men left to their own devices, it gets real bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets bad.
Swamp nuts.
Yeah.
Oh, just like
Sleeping under a pile of pizza boxes for warmth.
yes.
Yeah.
Empty bag of Cheetos for a pillow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shower when you can smell yourself.
Right. Which is 18 days too far.
That's right. Ooh, it's that time of the month already.
you just break out of your skin like a snake, and there's a translucent you left right
That's
next to you.
right.
You break out of your shell. Do that about quarterly.
Turn on the shower, the water comes out all brown 'cause it's been so long.
Yeah,
The
got a
pipes
little
have
rust.
Yeah, a little rust in the pipes. It's about that time. Yeah, I've always liked showers. They help wake me up. I feel like they ground me.
Yeah, I do. I don't know, but it's the motivating myself to get in there and do it.
Yeah, I resist showers because I'm like, it's a whole thing. I got
Yeah.
other stuff to do,
Really.
so I'll always push it off.
I'll put other stuff off to shower.
I know there's
I'll be
there's
like, I can't make the meeting.
I know a lot of people in that camp, and I get that, and I respect it. I should do that, but I'm just like, I'll just ride another 12 hours.
I'm of the celebrity, like, I don't smell that bad, you know? Like, and the natural oils are good for you. Just look at me.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't.
Wrinkle free.
Look at me.
Yeah, sometimes I won't really like wash all that much if I don't feel dirty. But if I just, it'll like, especially during the winter, and like it'll warm me up to go to bed if
Oh,
I
yeah.
want it, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Or I'll just kind
It
of
does
hose
make you
myself down.
real-
No, and every time I
relax.
take a shower, I'm like, man, I should do this twice a day.
Yes. Like, oh, wow. I forget how great showers are every time I'm
Well,
in
and
there.
it is kind of
Yeah.
a first world luxury in a way where I'm like, I am very lucky to. Almost every time I take a shower, I feel like I'm like I could be like showering in a cold stream right now. People
Right.
did that and maybe there's something nice about that too, but
It is interesting.
having perfect temperature at your fingertips at a basic necessity level, basically anywhere you would live, is kind of nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Kinda like
they
plumbing
just
in
did a
general.
study that
Plumbing
Nice.
does rock.
55% of Indians from India. I don't know if it's
Here we
maybe
go.
they specified rural. They just shit in like they just shit outside,
Yeah.
not in a hole or anything. And it's like a problem because like for
lot
people's
of people.
hygiene and
It's like dookie.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, if you don't have the infrastructure, what are you going to do?
We don't have that problem
Shit
here in
outside.
America. We have
Bidets.
pig shit.
I've shit outside
right.
Everywhere.
You know, just cause sometimes.
Yeah, 'cause you didn't have a choice,
Yeah, 'cause
or
it-
just
yeah,
for
just
fun.
camping and
forced
stuff.
upon you.
Yeah,
Yeah, just kind of camping and you get crazy
yeah,
and you got shit.
yeah. It's true.
There's some good times camping and partying. You ever get up?
Oh,
Get down
absolutely.
with some shit like that.
Oh,
Yeah, for sure.
You spend an hour putting the tent together just to wake up face down on a picnic table.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what summer 2025 is my year. I'm going back to picnic table sleeping.
Yeah, that's why once I got to legal age, I was like, camping just ain't for me anymore. I'm
the
a
point?
bed guy.
You're more of a
the
glamper.
fire is awesome, but I have those in my backyard. I think we had this discussion maybe last time, but I do. Yeah, I like a bed.
Yeah.
I do like hanging out outside, but
We can
then
get you a nice
when you're
blow-up
done,
bed.
yeah,
know.
good.
We can get you a nice glamping kind of setup. Get you a water bed out there.
Toll's more of a glamper.
Yeah.
That's right.
He has certain needs that must be met.
It's true.
I need a 65-inch TV,
Yes.
George Foreman grill,
What else? I don't
toaster
know.
oven,
Yeah.
Pizzazz.
foot bath.
In fact, if I'm camping, I need more than I have at my actual house.
We need the foot bath here in the podcast studio.
I do.
Yeah, do you still
I don't
use
know
that
where
at
it
all?
is. I don't know. But Sarah, I'm sure, put it somewhere that isn't just nearby,
It's not all just sitting in the living room
no.
anymore.
hidden from me in a place put away. Yeah. I had to bust that thing out a lot.
Yeah, I remember you were going through a big foot bath phase.
I thought something would cure me of my stanky feet, but
I feel like they don't stank as much as they used to.
I mean, we can.
We can find out.
Yeah, we can. I did. I was wearing Crocs, no socks, and I was like, you know what? For the boys, I'm going to put on socks and shoes.
A gentleman.
Yes.
Yeah.
I listened to the telepathy tapes.
Oh, yes.
Alex he was like, dude, it's going to blow your fucking mind. Have you listened to any of it yet, AJ?
No, the first I'd heard of it was you two talking about it in the chat.
Well, Alex had said something to me about it, and then a guy at work said something to me about it, and I was like, I'm going to listen to this fucking podcast. And I went to Davenport for work yesterday, so I had 7 hours plus in the cars, in the van or so.
Plenty of time.
And I did. I listened to almost all of it in one day, and I was like, this is a mind fuck. It's changing everything I believe.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. I can't believe it. And I told a friend of mine about it, big fan of this podcast, Nate. And he was like, here's this article that ruins it. And I was like, oh, thanks. Cool. And I read this article and I was like, oh. And then I didn't hear all of it yesterday. I still had an episode and a half to listen to today. And so after reading that and then listening to the last episode and a half today, I was like, God, these people are fucking idiots, and so am I. Shit. Had me believing in heaven and shit.
So what's
I'm
the
just out
premise
here.
of these telepathy tapes?
Basically, most nonverbal autistic people have telepathy.
Okay. And telepathy is
Mind reading.
Yep.
because telekinesis is moving shit.
Telekinesis is moving stuff. Telepathy is like reading someone's mind
Okay.
or being able to communicate with only your mind.
Okay.
And then this article was like, well, of course, these parents hope this is true. And the girl that put the podcast together, Kai Dickens, which is funny that she's a lesbian and her last name is Dickens, but it's not that
besides
funny.
the point.
Yeah, it's besides the point. She has apparently an autistic brother and 2 close friends that have died recently. But I'm also like, of course, there's articles out here that hate on this super popular podcast.
Yeah.
And the first few episodes, you're like, God damn.
Yeah.
But then the videos cost money. Like if you want to see them doing this stuff, I was like, oh, I don't know. And then today I was like, yeah, it was all like testimonials.
It must be a sensation if it's getting
It is,
covered
I
like
think.
that. Okay, it is a sensation.
And the last episode is just testimonials from all of the nonverbal autistic people that I'm now like, I think their moms probably wrote this.
Yeah, how does a nonverbal person testify?
But they're called spellers.
Okay.
They have
Point to
they
letters
have
on a
ways,
board.
Yeah.
Okay.
iPad,
But
things like that.
They're being prompted according to this article.
Yeah,
don't
that would be
think
my
so.
concern.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
It really doesn't seem like
And there's part of it where like they're not even like, how are you getting this nonverbal autistic person to point to where his mom wants him to point when she's not touching him?
right.
There's still questions. I still have my questions that maybe it is real, and I hope it is.
Well, and that's kind of the genius of these whole thing, kind of like how Serial
Right.
was, is that it makes you debate about it. It makes
Right.
you talk about it.
Yeah.
And then, but the last episode was like their testimonials about what they want people to get from this podcast, and it was all love and shit. And I was like, get out of here with this. Like, love is the reason. Thanks, No Talk Magoo. Love.
No talk. Good.
But maybe it is. I hope it is. And that I also dug this, that they're talking physics, chemistry. What was the pyramid? The bottom was physics.
Bottom
and then
was consciousness.
Well, that's what they added. That's what I was going to add. So then they're like, actually, the bottom is not physics; it's consciousness. And then it gets you thinking about that. Like, what if nothing that could think existed? Then what the fuck even is? Why does it even matter that space is around? You know, the whole universe. If nothing can think, it's like if you fart in the woods, can the Pope hear it?
Yeah, because the Earth existed.
Guess I never thought about it like
the Earth existed for millions of years,
Right.
with no life.
Right.
Nothing saw it. Nothing measured it.
Yeah.
Nothing was there. So what was it there? What does
Right.
that
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, like
If
the
nothing
is that like Schrodinger's
is there to
cat
experience
thing too?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when you have that thing where observed light behaves differently than unobserved light
Yeah,
or whatever.
the observer
it's
effect.
yeah. Pretty crazy stuff. But it's I was fucking mind blown. And I would tell people to still listen to it because
It sounds interesting.
Yeah. And you're like, whoa. And then you're like, there is an afterlife. And then you read an article, and it's like, no, there isn't, you fucking dumbass. You go, oh,
Oh shit.
damn it. I was about to start smoking again.
That's your big takeaway.
yeah.
That was my way in
Yeah.
So I can smoke now, right?
yeah.
because there's kind of a whole thing after.
Yeah.
this, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I
There's
don't
a
even have to
party
worry
after
about
the
this.
party.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it can be both. I mean,
Yeah.
who the fuck knows? That, you know, I'm one of these people I've realized in my lifetime. I'm a dumbass in a very specific type of way, where if someone says something like pretty confidently and self-assured or just assuredly,
Right.
there's a part of that joie de vivre that wins me over, where I'm like, maybe maybe this person's fucking right. I don't, that's how Gary Vaynerchuk gets his fucking people, is he talks like he knows what the fuck he's talking about.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
People do respond to that. And then you hear, like, I don't know, the amount of things I've believed in, I think I was coming from a good place, and then read something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I didn't even like this movie, even though I thought I did.
Right,
It's like, I
right.
liked the movie. I'm letting these people shit on it.
You know what else I wonder?
Mumford and Sons was like that.
Right,
I
right.
remember I heard Mumford and Sons and I was like, this shit ain't bad.
Yeah.
And then everyone was like, Mumford and Sons sucks.
Yeah.
Fuck Mumford and Sons. And maybe they put out a few shit. I don't know.
Right.
But that first, like, Little Lion Man and that first album, whatever, I was like, this shit bops, dog.
I get that, dude. Then you start to wonder, like, do I even have my own opinions?
That's what I'm saying.
Do I even have my own fucking thoughts?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And once you start thinking a little that way, you're like, wow, even with the David Lynch thing, I was like, I made it a point to be like, I'm not even going to lie to kick it on this one, guys.
Right.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe he was great. I don't know. My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't work for me. I wasn't chomping at the bit to see
get it.
Yeah. So that's the kind of stupid I am, I guess.
Right. And that's a well-produced podcast where she specifically talks about how skeptical people are. And then she has skeptics with her, and they're like, well, listen, I mean, she's like a fucking legit journalist. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Right. It's hard to live in an age of information warfare.
Right.
Like, which we do now on every level. Even if you think, oh, not me, I'm too smart. No, we're all getting got right now from one faction or another. Yeah. I can remember thinking like years ago that there's just no truth. Like, everyone will argue a point, and it's just whoever argues best. Like, we don't agree on like just basic fundamental thing. We can't agree that like water is wet, the sun rises. Like, oh no, everything is a fucking argument. So whenever there's something that might be, maybe this is true, it is strange, but it could be, everyone wants to drag it down, and something should be, but like it seems like there's no empirical North Star of like, okay, we can all believe in this and that and this.
Right.
It's just it's all up for grabs now, and everyone is just
it's all like
dumber by the moment.
Post irony kind of shit too, where it's like now people love things for the sake of them being bad, and now it's like bled into people's actual life decisions.
You know what I mean? An example of that I've seen.
Me wearing the sweatshirt, for instance,
was that like young kids.
I love it.
That's swag.
Young kids all think 9/11 is a hilarious joke. Because they grew up with the memes.
Yeah, comedians don't think that though.
But like in school, like they'll talk about 9/11 and the kids will start bringing up hilarious memes about it.
Right.
And it's like, well, yeah, but you weren't here for the last 20 years to see where we went from point A to like, jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams, but
Jesse Ventura.
So that you can't even talk to kids about some of this stuff because they're all like, it's all like, a goof. And it's like, no, this is like serious shit happens, but it's all this big information system we're all sucked into where it's all bullshit. Everything's dumb. We laugh at everything. No one knows what's true. And we're all just like,
it's crazy. One of my coworkers.
Am I right, Sam? Am I right?
No, I think
you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And but one of my coworkers, an adult man, wasn't born yet. That makes me.
I was just the vague
God
guy.
Damn. Yep. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Shout out.
I was going to say, now he's excited because you're talking about him again.
Peasy.
That's strange. Yeah, it's so strange to think that people being that age born after.
Yeah.
Different.
It's pretty
times.
nuts.
Yeah.
And when and doing the Back to the Future math, what would the 90s would now be? No. The 80s, I suppose, the mid 80s. So when Back to the Future took place is where you would go in Back to the Future now.
Yeah.
So the beginning, the present of Back to the Future is where we would go.
Where'd they go to in Back to the Future
1955. Oh, and then they went to 2015.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny to think of some young 20-year-old thinking of 9/11 like I think of Pearl Harbor.
Right. Yeah.
Like feeling that sort of removed from it.
Yeah.
Maybe they feel a little closer.
Yeah.
Whatever. But
I don't know.
Who knows? I mean, if they're all joking about it.
Maybe all these kids.
You weren't there at Pizza Hut when I was working on it.
That's right. You should have seen those receipts.
This is my first week, man.
Yeah.
She's making her own pizza.
I'm out of here.
Throw your apron over your shoulder. Fuck this. Speaking of 9/11, one of my, I guess really it's my only favorite thing is some of those details that came out after they finally got Osama.
Yeah.
And they like raided his mansion and
his hard drive
and all that stuff. And he had watched Cars 2 like 100 times.
Yeah. I saw a picture of that. One of the pictures from his hard drive today. It's funny that we're talking about this.
Yeah.
There's a picture of Avril Lavigne.
Yeah.
With the kid Beans. Yeah.
From Even Stevens.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I was like his fucking wallpaper on his desktop.
Like what the hell, dude?
That's so crazy.
Oh, it is bizarre.
Even his life story is pretty wild. Like the bits and pieces I've heard is that, if I remember correctly,
Bin Laden,
yeah, like where we've had a whole relationship with him as a country. Some of our leaders in our government you can see him.
The Bush family?
Yeah, you can see people like taking pictures with him because he was from a well-to-do family and all that. You know what I mean? Like he's sort of almost like a Timothy McVeigh for that like part of the world or something. You know, someone who
Totally radicalized.
yeah, kind of he like flipped a weird switch ideologically and strange.
Yeah. But he was still secretly watching Cars 2 and Even Steven.
Yeah.
In his compound.
Right.
What a fucking
Watching
strange
Halloween Town
choice.
on Disney Channel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's so strange. Like, I think what makes it so strange too is how you'd like to think that he'd only be watching like Mad Max or
Right.
whatever, like tough guy like Predator.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Rambo.
Rambo.
He's like popping into Care Bears VHS.
Yeah, exactly. He's watching Teletubbies and then plotting against America.
Yeah. Very strange.
Yeah. That whole thing is pretty strange. Now that I think about it.
Now that I really think about it, 9/11 was kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Well, you two are both a bit older, so that was probably
Yeah.
even scarier to you.
I remember
I
the
was
price
still a
gouging
young
gas.
guy.
I lived across the street from a gas station in Ames, and they raised their prices way up, and there was a fucking line like half a mile long to get gas.
Wow.
And they were like, "This is illegal." And then pretty weird.
Damn, because how old would you have been, Alex, like when 9/11 happened? Not to ask.
25.
Yeah, so you were like, shit, we're going to war, dog.
Yeah. I was.
You're like, I might get drafted.
I'm like, oh, I think I'm a little too old
At 25.
at 25.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it was. I remember that day because it was. They were saying you heard all these other stories like, oh, these flights are. They were saying like all these flights all over America are about to blow up all these other cities.
Yeah.
Like you heard like we're about to go to like were we going all the way today? Like this whole country's gonna blow up and we're gonna nuke someone. It was.
Remember
crazy.
they banned all those songs briefly from the radio?
Yeah.
It was like a list of it was a shitload of songs,
Yeah.
like maybe almost 200 songs that were like,
Oh, really?
can't have these. Mm-hmm. And
It's
then,
hilarious to look at now.
It's like Nelly Furtado.
And then they did the fundraiser on every channel. Remember that?
Yeah.
I remember Tom Petty playing "Won't Back Down." I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, we were bummed out for like a solid month or two.
Yeah.
We're like, we can't laugh or have fun anymore because 9/11 happened.
Everybody loved Rudy Giuliani.
Yeah. Yes, that's another weird artifact from that time. Is we all thought,
America's mayor.
yep, boy, we love that guy.
Mayor of New York.
He's going to be president of the United States next.
Yeah.
Turns out he's a fucking lunatic alcoholic. Not in a fun way either.
Yeah. Not a cool podcast.
No.
Yeah, because the thing I feel like I know him for whatever reason, it was something about, is it like open window? It was a certain type of policing he like installed into New York City. That
Stop and frisk.
Yeah.
Yeah, stop and frisk. That's
Yeah.
what it was. Where it was like they could, basically stop people,
Anyone. No cause.
Yeah.
See if
Crazy.
they had anything on them.
Yeah, which I guess cleaned up the city a ton, but kind of went too far.
I'm sure the cops were like, let's
Fascist
see.
states do tend to clean things up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Like, I
do
could
tend to do that.
Yes.
We'll find out this year, but yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh, here's some breaking news for you guys too. We're talking
Right.
about crazy stuff. Big UFO disclosure is supposed to
Ooh.
happen at some point tomorrow, Saturday. So if you're watching this on Monday, you know nothing happened. But everyone is all riled up because Stephen Greer said these guys are coming forward, going to blow the whole thing open.
What are your feelings on Stephen Greer? Because I do see him a lot.
I do not trust that guy.
Yeah, I don't really either.
He seems like a bit of a grifter. I mean, there's the whole UFO thing is full of grifters. Like it's ridiculous.
I feel like he's the guy a couple years ago that's in this whole lane that we're talking about that said like some little body that they found. It was supposed to be like an alien body, but it was just like a weird little baby.
Yeah.
But from like
right.
1,000
Couple hundred
years
years
or
ago.
something.
Yeah.
But he was like, it's an alien. They're like, it's just a little bit human being.
Wasn't some country like brought them out to their Congress?
Peru, I think.
And it was like, look at these two stupid little things.
They're still dealing. Those things are still. They're still working on those, and people still say they're real. And there's so much shit has happened. UFO. The whole New Jersey thing is still sort of happening. I mean, at this point, I'm like, it's all.
I feel like they
bullshit.
banned drones. It took them long enough, and then they you don't really hear about new drone stuff.
Oh yeah, because then
nearly as
Los
much.
Angeles started on fire.
Right, true.
And so we moved on, but people out there are like, yeah, they're still there. But also, everyone in New Jersey is putting their drones in the air to see the drones,
Right.
And they are the drones, and it's just a
Right.
fucking clusterfuck. So anyways, tomorrow is the big day, and nothing's gonna happen because it's what always happens. So don't worry about it.
Eventually, we got to find something out though, because there's clearly something is actually happening, whether it's the UAPs or the drones or the fucking plasmoids. Some shit
Don't
is
get me
going
started
down.
on the plasma.
I know.
Don't get me started.
Well, I mean, fingers crossed for something coming out.
Oh, I'd love it. Why not?
Yeah. I feel that way about most of this shit, where it's just like, I would love to see a Bigfoot, cast print.
I was starting to
Give me
think
anything.
maybe the aliens are futuristic, nonverbal autistics.
Could
And I'm
be.
not even kidding. I was like, maybe that's like part of it.
Yeah.
Is that because they supposedly communicate telepathically? Who knows?
There's this kid I follow on TikTok that's totally nonverbal, but he'll make like the hardest hip hop beats you've ever heard.
Oh yeah.
He just sort of, he just does it. And that's like how he sort of interacts with the world.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now that-
Well, so in the podcast they talk about how it's a syndrome or something where basically you feel like you're not attached to your body.
Yeah.
You don't understand your physical body, which is there's
relate
a
to that.
word for it, but they say that's like nonverbal, like severe autistic people basically don't understand they have a body. They're somewhere else.
Right.
And so with all the telepathy tapes, they basically help them tune into their body enough to be able to communicate with them. And that's where shit gets crazy. But yeah, that's kind of like a part, like
now we're back to
they're out there with all this other stuff.
that. Yeah. I mean, you think that they would be the aliens themselves possibly, or that's a
Well, I think
a symptom of like interaction with an alien species somehow.
I don't know. I started wondering, like, if there are all these, like, how are they just now kind of realizing this? And then you're like, well, I guess some people have known for a long time. And then how many nonverbal autistic kids does the government have in a cage somewhere trying to figure shit out?
Right.
I wondered that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, also, why aren't they trying to contact the telepaths that are, non-human or not currently what we know of as human? I started wondering all that stuff too. I was like, I don't know.
But also the government has said that remote viewing is real and they do it. And that's something that people, which is along those lines of telepathy, of being able to see like
Oh, I've heard of
somewhere else.
Well, then you hear people on DMT where they're trying, like in Japan, they're trying to map this other world because people so frequently see the same things.
Wow.
That that they're trying to like map the world that you enter when you're on DMT. I don't fucking know.
Build it out all Minecraft kind of style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a cool concept.
I do know that things will just keep getting weirder as time goes on because each year is progressively stranger than the one before it in the last 7 or 8 years.
Yeah,
or so.
and we're in like the shit going on now is just like beyond comprehension. I also found out, I showed a couple dudes at work, that video I sent you guys of that robot with the 4 wheels on its arms, like
Yeah, I think so.
tearing around through the woods and shit.
Yeah.
This one guy's like, yeah, that's not real. I was like, oh, okay. Well,
Nice.
I should quit looking at it then and stop showing it to people. But yeah.
I saw a video of someone doing something similar to that where it's a shot out of a plane window and it's all like the big fluffy cloud, the plane's on top of it looking down on that
Yeah.
big blanket kind of clouds. And then someone, and it looks pretty good, did some sort of, 3D animation of like this handsome, big, hot alien guy kind of walking through the clouds.
Yeah.
But it sort of it's like polysexual. Like you can't even tell what genitals, like nothing. You know what I mean?
But you're like
Yeah.
hot, still hot.
But everyone in the comments is like, nice, hot, whatever. I was like, this is what the world really wants to do.
Right.
They want to know if they can fuck the aliens. That's really the big question to be answered, I
Yeah.
think. And that post made it entirely clear where some of those people are like, we want to, like, there was a video I saw of a guy feeding like a crocodile a slice of pizza. It looked pretty close to like,
Yeah.
it almost looked right. And I almost believed it for a second, but it turns out I was like, oh, anything that's too good to be true, like hanging out with a crocodile eating pizza,
always.
it's going to be it.
That's sort of That's sort
I don't
of
believe
like,
almost anything I see.
Yeah.
Like it's all, you have to like check everything, triple check.
It's like this,
And
was
it's only
found at the
gonna
bottom
get-
of the ocean. And
it's
then
going to
you're
get
like, oh.
so much worse.
Yeah.
I love those bottom of the ocean
Yeah.
ones. I love because it looks so real. You know it's not, but it's still like this is fucking amazing. Like this
Yeah.
two-headed, fanged, glowing fish. Yeah.
Yeah. And they'll do a good job with sound design and little things like that. But
Yeah.
it will get worse. I mean, worse is in the, they're going to look better and better. And it's going to be harder to tell the difference.
Yeah.
That's when, I mean, that's why
I know.
I did write it down, folks. 8 days on the No Nut app, 3.5 hours of whack off time saved.
Wow.
Yeah. That's why I'm getting off this
3.5
shit.
hours. Yeah.
Even when I try to get away from it, they're selling, you know, asexual hot aliens
Yeah.
walking through clouds at me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It's tough. It's tough out there.
Yeah, it is tough.
Boy,
But yeah, it's hard to imagine where it's all, you know, headed.
I bet it's hard. Haven't whacked off for 23 days. No, 8 days.
Yeah.
23 minutes.
I still whack off if I want to. I just have to
Oh,
use my
yeah.
imagination.
Gotcha.
I have to close my eyes and think real hard.
Yes.
Poops. Poops.
Not gender specific aliens.
I'll send it to you. It's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, this would be. It seemed like good enough to almost make a movie based. I'd never see.
It's like Tilda Swinton.
Yeah.
That would be a bad case scenario for mankind if like an alien came and they can choose whatever form they want
Yeah.
and they're like
100 feet.
we know these idiots like big fucking tits and a nice ass. Everyone loves it. And the alien comes out and there's the alien's so hot that we can't even pay attention to what they're saying.
Anything you want, alien.
Yeah, we'll
Yes.
do it.
You
Yeah.
can live in my apartment.
All sliding into their DMs and all that. Just like,
You can have half my frozen pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got it from Gateway Market. I think you'll
Oh,
like it.
shit.
That'll be my
I got
angle if
Jack's.
the aliens come. We're all going to be like, we could just hang about it.
Yeah.
I'll just offer them that.
yeah.
There you go.
You want a
That's how I
slice?
You like movies?
Yeah. You ever seen Goodfellas?
Yeah. I think you're going to like
Is that what's the first movie you would show the aliens?
Ooh.
Stuff. Nearly impossible.
I assume they'd be smart enough to,
Step Brothers.
yeah, say it like,
This is awesome.
like Dewey Cox, maybe. 'Cause I'm like, they're so smart, they would already understand all of our culture and irony, probably like instantly.
Yeah.
What if they were stupid?
That'd be impressive.
Yeah, if they just sort of like stumbled upon.
Yeah.
Like we killed the smart guys with rocks and we took their ship.
Yeah.
And now we're here.
Or it's one of those generational.
We want your
ones.
rocks. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ.
All the inbreeding on a generational, you know, because I've seen people talk about that. Ships where they would, by the time they got to the destination, a whole generation of human life
Right.
would have died and a new generation would have taken it out. You know what I mean?
You're like,
But
oh, you
the
guys
other
are
thing with
dumb.
that-
We were when we saw you last, you guys were all smart. Now you're a bunch of idiots. We're like, sorry. The internet got us.
We had free Wi-Fi on
You know,
the
you guys
generational
missed. You guys
space
were traveling here. We invented the internet and turned ourselves stupid.
That's one of the issues with us seeing aliens is that if they're traveling at near light speed, barely any time would pass for them. And if enough time passed that it was like generations, then it would be like millions of years for us.
Wow.
So a few moments for them at light speed, it would be a lot of time for us. So if they were having generations pass at light speed, it would be fucking, who even knows what would still be here.
Yeah.
So,
Like, oh, cool, dinosaurs. Let's go see them. And then they get here and it's us. We're like, we like boobs. Dinosaurs, that was millions of years ago.
Yeah.
You overshot yourselves.
Yeah.
We're more vaping now.
Yeah. Have you guys seen vapes? Oh.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Fuck
love
dino.
them.
I have a vape that has a dinosaur on it. How about that? And it roars when I vape.
Yeah.
And it
I'd
sends
buy that
tweets.
I said that would actually be kind of sick.
Dino vapes. Ooh. Write that down, AJ.
Dino vapes. I have to complete with my cleverly named Digit flavor.
What flavor are you rocking?
Same. The one that you had. It's gotten
Tyrannosaurus
better.
cherry.
It took the first few. I was like, this is gross.
Ass.
But turns out I like nicotine enough to look past it.
That was me, man. I was truly like off to the races once I had it. I was back to my old self.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm a vape god. I'm waking up, hitting it first thing. That's why I knew it was all she wrote. I had to make a choice then and there.
Get the burn bag out.
Damn,
Yep.
dog.
Don't call me.
Lose my number.
Yes. It was fun while it lasted, though.
AJ's buying a bag of rice on the way home.
I did buy it from Alex's vape shop, though.
Oh, nice.
I did give them my patronage.
Yeah. They're cool. I like the guy that works there.
He was super nice.
Yeah.
AJ's there first thing tomorrow morning. This vape doesn't work anymore.
I want warranty. Come on. Yeah, I was like, my friend talked. I like the digi flavors. He was like, "Oh, we got digi flavors."
Hell yeah.
They had a big spread too. I was like, whoa.
They had way more. The last, I told him, I was like, yeah, dude. He's like, what do you like about him? And I gave him, he's like, oh, yeah. I was like, yeah.
You get
And
it.
he's like, I'm going to start telling people all that stuff. I was like, nice. And then the next
Be the
time I went in there,
marketing manager.
he had like 12 different kinds.
God
I
damn.
was like, hell yeah. You went from variety. Way
He's
to
a good
go.
business owner. He's responding to his, demo,
Yep.
Yep.
listening to the people. The people
Yeah.
want digi flavor.
He sold me on him, and then I sold him even harder on him. So,
And then he sold me.
Damn.
yep.
Yeah. He's like, thanks, man. You're really helping my business. You're
Yeah,
like,
don't be selling my fucking Alex's vape shop out of Digi flavors, though. You know,
save
I'm
some for the
making a
rest of us.
mistake. That's right. Say some Digi flavor for the rest of us. I got a Digi addiction to deal with. I mean, I'm addicted to fingers.
Digits.
Someone crashed into the front of Basic Bird,
They did indeed.
a lovely Korean fried chicken restaurant here in Des Moines.
Yeah,
It got blasted. I don't know if
it
you
did.
crazy.
Yeah, I didn't understand.
It was a medical emergency.
Oh, is that what it
Yeah.
was?
I
Okay.
wondered.
I knew it had to be. It was either somebody all fucked up or somebody having a medical problem. And
Well, I just chalked it up to cars these days. To move it in and out of gear, instead of moving the thing back to reverse, you just turn a little knob.
oh yeah,
Bloop, bloop, bloop. And people be driving into places all the time. I was at a sandwich shop a couple months ago. Someone drove into the building, the business right next door, and everyone was
Damn.
like,
Whoa.
I saw a really horrible.
Grandpa
video.
got confused.
Yeah,
Accidentally throw it in D when it was supposed to be an R.
I know. I was thinking,
It doesn't seem like it's what. What are you saving with the knob?
I don't. Yeah,
It feels like
Space,
having the. I suppose
guess.
space, but
I like the,
yeah,
yeah, you kind
And
of.
you know, then
Yeah.
the big orange R, you know, it's farther from the other ones. Psh, man, these knobs today, psh,
she.
it ain't working, folks.
Damn.
I need to get. My new ice cream shop has parking right in front of it. I'm like, oh man, is someone gonna do the old incorrect knob turn? I need to get one of those big red Target balls in front of my shop.
Yes.
Shut it down.
Yeah, for sure,
That's a
dude.
good idea.
You might
Yes.
want to.
I know. I'm like, jam.
Or you have to get one of those
Get yourself
big
a nice-
metal, like,
You
in
get
New
two
York
balls and
City.
make it into a black cat.
There you go. It's a male cat.
Yeah.
That's right. Two huge balls. I ever tell you guys, this is completely random, but the first time I was going to meet my college girlfriend's parents,
Yes.
and she went to her hometown already, and I was going to drive her car to her hometown and meet, and she was going to drive us back because I think she went with her parents, and I was like, maybe I can take your car, and then we both come back in your car or whatever. So I was driving
logistics.
to a small town in Iowa, about 2 hours from Ames, doing whatever, smoking in there. And I fucking nudged the stick shift. It was on the dash.
Oh, yes. Uh-huh.
And I knocked it, and it went. I was like, oh, shit. I put it back in gear, and the car would no longer shift. It would say it would drive forward, but it would only stay in one gear. I was like, oh my fucking God. So I took a 100-mile drive at about 26 miles per hour. And I got there and I was like, hey, you know how you have a car and it's your parents' car? It's broken, okay? I was like, sorry, I broke your car. Nice
you
to
later.
meet you.
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Sir,
That fucking sucked.
nice to meet you.
Now you just do the old don't say anything, be like, huh? What happened to the car?
What you do?
Fine for me the whole time.
It was
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That would have been my move.
That's more like a
The
you
coward's
problem.
way out.
But they were already wondering what took me so long. And it was
that's
that I
true.
drove
Traffic
there at-
was crazy.
Yeah. yeah. Traffic to the middle of nowhere, Iowa was
Yes.
pretty bonkers.
Took you 4 days to get here. Well,
Yeah.
it was busy.
Yeah. I wanted to save you gas, so I pushed your car here.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Yeah. So that was pretty wacky.
Yeah. That is fucking wacky.
And another, like, why did they make? I was like, why would you make
Yeah.
the stick this way that you could just bump it and ruin the fucking transmission? But apparently that doesn't normally happen when you do that.
Huh.
It's
You're just lucky.
The car was kind of ready to go anyway, I think.
Oh, it's last legs.
Yeah.
Just need a little.
Little
Nudge.
nudge.
Toll was there to nudge it.
Ka-chunk.
I was.
Did it come to a screeching halt or anything?
No, it just went. I was like, oh, fuck.
Oh, that's fine.
And then, yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
And then-
Let me turn the radio up.
Yep.
I'm going to turn up Goo Goo Dolls, right? That's crazy. I feel bad because me and my friends, when I first got a permit, my mom would let me, like school permit level, I could drive around town a little.
Yeah.
In her little Monte Carlo, which was a sweet ride. You know, at that point, I was maybe only 4 years old.
Ooh, Monte Carlo.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know, this would have been 2004, I guess, or something. And
The
we would do-
two-door.
yeah,
Yeah.
we'd have to lean
They're
the
all
seat
two-doors.
forward.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And we would do neutral drops. Have you ever done that?
Oh, yeah.
Where you put it in neutral, rev it up super,
Yeah.
8,000 RPM, and then go ding,
Drop it.
drop it into drive.
No problem.
Yeah.
It's like the worst thing you could possibly do,
Yeah.
other than what you did in that.
Yeah.
I think we did that 45 times.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That kind of goes in that category of ruining shit before you understand, like,
Oh,
Yes, exactly what you're doing,
Yeah.
what that means.
Yeah.
when I got my
Young boy brains.
my permit, so I could legally drive it with an adult in the car, you know?
Yeah.
My driving permit. My buddy's dad got a free car from somebody he worked with, or maybe he paid like $400 for it or something.
Free car.
And he was like, my dad said we could take it out. He was not telling the truth. Anyway, so we were in
you're like, nice.
a lower Beaverdale neighborhood, driving this piece of shit car. I was driving it like a fucking maniac, like going around, like driving all like.
fish can.
His dad was driving it a couple days later, and the fucking wheel fell off. I was like, oh shit. And then he told him that we did that, and then we didn't hang out for a while.
You were never to see that McCree boy again.
Yeah. We had a fun day,
yeah,
though.
that
Man,
sounds
what a
pretty
day
fun.
it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved riding with friends and just doing like donuts in the
Yeah.
back lot of my high school.
Yeah.
Let's go smoke cigs and fucking do burnouts in
That's
the
right.
back lot. Let's go hang out at the skate park.
I used to drop the clutch in my old Trooper all the time. It's amazing. It was not nearly as bad for a manual transmission, though.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, pretty cool. My-
Trooper was manual.
Oh yeah, I had two of them, both manual transmission.
God damn.
Isuzu Trooper.
And back then, though, those are still slick.
I love them.
That's enough to like find a mate in life. You put the Zuzu Trooper out there in the world.
Yeah,
She sees you roll up in the Trooper.
This is a man of means.
Yeah. What do you think of my 4-cylinder SUV,
4-cylinder.
ladies? Tops out at 71 miles per hour. I got one time driving to Missouri. I got it to go 100
torque.
I got it to go 105 miles per hour down a hill, and it never operated the same ever again.
Down a hill.
It's never the same.
Yeah, I was an 84 Isuzu Trooper. Then I had an 86 Isuzu Trooper.
Ooh.
With blacked out windows.
Oh,
It's pretty smooth.
damn.
5% tint, so they can't
That's
see
right.
up in my window.
Oh, but no, you couldn't see nothing in there. Had a red pinstripe all around it, pitch black with rims. Got it for $1,200.
Oh, the good old
What a
days.
piece of shit it was. But I went from a 2-door Isuzu Trooper to a 4-door.
Who owned the 4-door before you?
That would be Bob's Auto Connection. That's where I bought it from. So,
Who's the Olympic?
Carlos Kirby owned
Yeah.
my first Isuzu
Okay,
Trooper.
first one. Okay.
Carlos Kirby, I don't know if you know this, was
Yes.
a Olympic bobsledder from the Des Moines area, and that was my first car that was officially mine. We bought it from old Carlos Kirby, and
Did you get a
How much was the first one?
it was $3,500.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was in 1996 or 1997, probably.
Good chunk
So,
of change?
Yeah,
That's like
That was-
80 grand now.
yeah, pretty much.
Shit. It's funny because it's true.
Yeah,
Did you get to meet him at all?
yeah, he was there. He did the.
Did he sign your car?
I did. We were like, oh, Carlos is like the Bob, and my dad was kind of like, oh yeah. No, he didn't. But I feel like there was something in the glove compartment, like a card
Gold
of
medal?
his. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they didn't win gold.
Yeah. This one's for you, young fella.
Yeah,
Carry the torch.
yeah. But yeah.
I got a lot of ass in this Isuzu.
Carlos, I was like, what the fuck was that guy's name? Carlos Mencia? I don't know.
Carlos O'Kelly.
Kirby.
I had to run in with a car. So
I like. There's not a Carlos O'Kelly's in Des Moines anymore, is there?
I don't think so.
I used to like that. I was like, man, this is
Authentic Mexican food.
authentic Irish Mexican food, which I guess just means they
When
put
worlds
so
collide.
much cheese on it. Yeah. I don't think Irish people ate this much cheese. I don't think Mexicans do either, but I
Here
like
we
this
are.
Irish Mexican food.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I remember liking it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a few places like that where I'm like, kind of like Applebee's. Like, I really felt like Applebee's gets a tough time. I've never really had that bad of a time.
A solid meal there.
Yeah.
Yeah. $12.
If you want to live,
cheaper
if
than
you want to live
McDonald's.
these days, go to Chili's and get yourself a triple dipper.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yes, it's like $16.
That ain't nothing. That's a Big Mac meal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's where it's at.
I'll tell you a good deal. Shout out to Beaverdale, but the Beaver Tap, solid food, and it is pretty damn cheap for a bar food.
Nice.
It's like $11-12
I am mad
for
at
a
that.
meal. Love it.
I mean, that's kind of hard to find too, because really, any of those fast food places, even the ones I like an Arby's, you're going to spend $15.
It's insane now.
Yeah,
For-
back in the
for a
day, if you're going to spend
gentleman's
$15 at a fast food place, you're basically buying everything on the menu.
Right. There was a video or it's in like trying to spend $30 at Taco Bell or something like that. There was
Yeah.
an old thing of that, and
Trying
it was
to.
so much food. It was like an ungodly amount of food in the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's a quesarita.
Yes.
Small
Yeah.
Coke.
$500.
Yeah.
You have
Small
to use
Baja Blast.
Afterpay to get
Yeah.
fast food.
Right. Yeah. Did I just spend $12 for 3 Doritos
Yeah.
Locos tacos? Worth it,
Yeah.
but not that worth it.
That was like me during the pandemic and then after as well, door dashing everything, where I'd be like, oh, $85 for my Bebop's order without tip.
That was so fun though, because every time we'd hang out with AJ, we'd be like sitting in my backyard or on his patio.
I
like,
balled out.
and then somebody'd come walking up the driveway. I'd be like, "What the hell's going on?" He's just like, "Oh, I got pancheros." Be like, Hell yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, and they're from the Johnston
That is
Ponchero.
correct.
They're better. These quesadillas are better from Johnston.
I saw someone on Reddit, Des Moines Reddit, I think it was, going off. Shout out to whoever this was, saying exactly what I said, where they were like Johnston Poncheros, best Poncheros, maybe in the country.
The difference is, I guess I only know the Ingersoll Poncheros and the
Which
Johnston
is the worst
Poncheros.
one.
Well, the Ingersoll Poncheros is so fucking busy all the time, especially at night.
Yeah.
That I don't blame them. In fact, Sarah and I went in there after a comedy show, and I was like, if I would, you couldn't pay me enough fucking money to work here. We also had to wait for all the DoorDash. Like
Yeah.
you think you're like, oh, there's only 2 people in line. Like, no, they have to make 15 things before they get to you. Like, this fucking sucks. DoorDash kind of ruins things.
Yeah. Yeah, I've really cut down. I mean, I can't believe how much I used to spend on it. I think in my prime, I would not be shocked if I spent $8,000 to $10,000 on DoorDash,
Holy
like in a
shit.
year.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because at one point it was like I'm saving lives
Yeah.
by not going out and ordering $80
Yeah.
worth of Arby's.
How many times a week did you do it daily?
Not daily, but there were definitely, I feel like at least 2 or 3 times a week.
Did you do it more than once a day?
I've done it more than once a day.
Nice.
I was like a DoorDash user. You know what I mean? I had a real problem.
Yeah.
It was just like so crazy convenient, almost like Amazon is now, where I can see how someone could go down that shopping, almost like addiction rabbit hole with Amazon.
For sure.
You can get everything in like a day.
You also don't feel like
It's instant
when you buy
gratification.
things online and through apps, you don't feel like you're spending money the same way.
You're like, it's only $6.84.
Yeah.
But then you do that roughly 50 times a day every day. And that's a lot of money. And I don't do it that much, but
Yeah.
I remember even with the club when we first started it, there would just be little things when we were first getting it going, like, oh, let's do a little light strip here, or buy a fake plant, or what, decorate this, paint that. And yeah, those little charges, what seems like $6 doesn't seem like a lot, because it costs $15 to buy fast food, but you're spending the $6 or whatever all the time on little
Right.
things, it adds up really fast.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, I still feel rich from not smoking cigarettes and not drinking.
Yeah.
It's crazy how much more money I have than I used to have. I don't have that much money, but it's a hell of a lot more than I used to have.
The math checks out on that.
Which is crazy. I have kids
Yeah.
now. It's still, you don't feed them, you save so much. Yeah,
It's a pro tip right there.
Yeah.
We're an intermittent fasting
Yeah.
household.
You go graze. Find something outside, kiddos.
Yeah.
Come back when you're done. I'll put you to bed.
That was kind of how it was when I think back to, we talked about it a little bit, like being latchkey kid type
Yeah.
thing, where it's just crazy. It's unthinkable that you would leave like a 7-year-old to fend for themselves or whatever.
That is crazy.
Yeah, people would see that as probably crazy, I would imagine. At least
Calling
on
the
internet.
cops.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Where that was just how we got down,
Yeah, for sure.
it just made the most sense.
My dad had his crazy ass. He could whistle super loud, and if he wasn't around, my neighbors had a bell on their back porch on the stoop of their door. So it was either my dad's scary whistle or the neighbors ding 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 ding. Time to come back. You could be within the radius as long as you could
Pull
hear
somewhere
it.
on the south side.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yep. Then he went home.
Yeah. Free range. Yeah. Because even I'd like to think that I wouldn't be that way, because I don't feel like it's great for us to be so much the opposite, like overly safe.
Right. And I feel
But it would be
that.
hard not to. you
Yeah.
know? And that's me just totally trying to imagine being, a parent.
Yeah.
You're actually doing it.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Need to bring
Custody is being forced upon. I don't think that's right. I mean, it was sort of like smoking and drinking were your kids before financially. Now it's like,
Yeah. That's true.
real life kids were actually cheaper.
Yeah.
What an upgrade.
I don't know if that's yeah.
Way better for you,
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
Yeah, it's good.
Cool. Anyway, at my high school, there was a very hot pottery teacher.
Ooh, pottery teacher.
Yeah.
You call her Hot Pot?
I think so. I was always very nervous to talk to her. But I remember when I was, I think, 19 or 20, somehow someone got her cell phone number because I think someone did kind of like see her.
In school?
No, like outside of school, like post graduation.
Oh, okay.
Because she was younger, like
Okay.
I would say mid 20s maybe.
Yeah.
But I somehow, through the grapevine, got a hold of her cell phone number, which was a mistake.
Oh no.
But I remember one night drinking,
Oh boy.
kind of in the Four Loco era.
Yeah,
boy.
Beer bonged a couple Four Locos.
Yeah, with the boys.
I got a good idea.
Hey, Hot Pot.
You're the
I got something
It's
for
me,
you.
AJ.
Yeah.
I did hit her with the, you might not remember me, but AJ Simmons. And she's like, yes. Okay. How did you get this number? Through text or whatever.
Hey.
I was like, so what's up? She was like,
man.
we can't talk like that. I was like, yeah, you right. I mean, I was an adult.
It's a Four Loco talking, babe.
Yeah.
Anyways, what you doing
Super
right now?
embarrassing.
Oh, man.
Got to shoot your shot.
What? Yeah. How old were you? In
I was
your-
about 20, almost
Okay.
20.
You didn't think? I mean, you were drunk also, so
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't doing a lot of clear thinking.
yeah, yeah.
I wasn't thinking it
Yeah,
through.
I was about to be like, I can't believe, and I'm like, wait a minute.
It seemed like
what
there
am I
was,
talking about?
like the age gap was small enough that I was like, I don't know, maybe it's a shot here.
Yeah,
I'm a man now. I'm 20.
I'm a man now.
I'm 20 years old. I've got my own apartment with a twin bed with 2 or 3 guy roommates as well,
nice.
which every girl loves coming to
I
hang
do
out.
love
at.
that.
Yeah. Full setup.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was pretty embarrassing. Now that I think about it.
That's it. Could have been worse, I suppose.
Now that I think about it. Now that I really.
She was cool, but I mean, she was professional and cool. I was unprofessional. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I mean, you weren't in a professional setting, so
No,
it's fine.
I wasn't.
Yeah.
But I should have known better. Once a teacher, always.
How did you get her number at that time?
Because I do think someone from like around my age range like had seen her.
Oh, okay.
And just gave her number out to everyone?
I think so.
Nice.
And I just got it like in an email blast or
Yeah.
whatever.
Meanwhile, she's like, why are all these assholes texting me
Oh,
right
I know
now?
I wasn't though for sure. Like she was
Yeah.
known as like the super.
So she could have very well, but she was sick of it at that point too.
Right. She was like, not
Possibly.
another one of these, these young whippersnappers.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You might not recognize me if you saw me after those 2 years. Yeah. What a loser. Yeah. Funny though. Funny
Yeah.
to think back to.
It is.
Because at that age, you are like you've partied. You do have your own place. Like you have a job, kind of. And you're like
I'm there now. I'm
I am
I'm
an
on their
adult.
level. Yeah. I'm the same as all these other adults.
adult to adult.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Hot pottery lady. That's how I should have opened.
Yeah.
Yeah. You might I'm an adult now.
Sure, you knew me as a young boy, but
Yeah.
I'm all man now. I can assure you.
Fuck around and find out. We didn't say things like that back then. Whoa.
Oh, snap.
Appearing
The
from
news desk
rafters.
is back.
Yes, Dave Bowman just walked in. What a lovely surprise. Sam's scrambling to get out of Dave's chair. Sorry, I was just looking at some notes.
Oh, yeah. What you got on there?
It's all pretty stupid stuff, if I'm honest
Oh.
with you boys.
I can't believe it.
Yeah. I was pulling into this little alleyway here to back up and then park in front of the building earlier,
Yeah.
getting ready to set up for the podcast. And wouldn't you know it, a certain somebody named who may or may not be the executive producer was leaned back like a gangster in her car, and she hit me with the Shyla hit me with the eating pussy. So
Oh, hell yeah.
she was like thugged out.
That's what's up.
She was riding dirty.
Damn. Were you driving?
Yeah, she was driving.
That's how you roll?
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, she was like way back.
What's up, gangster?
Training day style.
Yeah.
Crazy. And she hit me with the whoa.
Whoa.
Rocked my world.
Man, we're going to have to talk to HR about that.
Yeah.
Too bad she's also HR, I
Yeah.
guess.
I had an idea for a massage parlor, but it's all horny young guys, and it's like 4-minute massages because that's like all that ever. That's all the longer any massage goes. If the guy's under the age of 34, I would say.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Where it's like, oh yeah, I'll give you a massage.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. I guess it's time to have sex now. Yep.
I went to the Jiffy Lube on Merle Hay today.
Oh.
I got to say, they are not getting a 5-star review.
Uh-oh.
No, I walked in there and I was like, is nobody? Well, I pulled up and kind of waited in my van for a while, and I was like, are they gonna come out? And they weren't. So I was like, I'm gonna walk through the garage, I guess. And I opened one door, and it opened. I was like, I think this is the door. Then I opened another door, and it was like a supply closet. I was like, okay,
Perfect.
And I was like, okay. And then I walked into the lobby. I was like, where the fuck is everyone? And in the back corner of the back behind the desk in the lobby, there was a dude leaned back, legs like this, just kind of chilling. I was like, okay. And he didn't say anything. He walked out, and I was like, all righty. Like, I'm doing this for work. I don't know. Not in a huge
here on
hurry,
work
but this is
business,
like,
sir.
And I see him walking around back there. And then the lady that runs the place finally came in. I was like, okay. All right. And then they did their thing, and a bunch of other people pulled up to get their oil changed. And then suddenly all the workers showed up. There was like 4 of them. And I was like, where the hell were all of you hiding when I pulled in here? Anyway, they pull my van out. Clearly they're done working on it. And I saw this. I kept sitting I was like, are they going to like charge me for this? Or can I go out and just drive away? Because I absolutely could have. And no one would have noticed. And then I sat in the lobby for like another 20 minutes with my car done. Anyway, not a good story, but
Just waiting for acknowledgement, basically. Just being like,
I was waiting to pay.
Yeah,
I was like, you're done. You're working on other cars. Are you going to check me out here or what?
Not so jiffy.
Yeah. She's like, do you have an email? I was like, this is for work. It's like, we need an email. And then turns out
You're like, suck
she
my
needs an email.
at dick.
So yeah. And then she just typed my name in at
mydick.com.
yeah, at Google or whatever. And I was like, all right. I don't know. It was odd because they get less commission, I guess, if they don't get an email. They get dinged.
Damn.
I was like, well, I don't want to get emailed for
Toll
work
at
oil changes.
dinosaurtycoon.com.
Yeah, that's right. Toll at digiflavor.com.
Yes. Toll at CEO at Digiflavor.
Yeah, someday. That's the dream.
We might get that sponsorship one day.
Yeah. Be
Working on it.
swimming in a vat of
Yeah.
Digiflavor juice.
If we get a vape sponsor, I'll start vaping again. God damn. The heat went out of my place that night and day that it was like 5 degrees out.
Ooh, that's rough.
Good.
And I keep doing this thing where something is going wrong, kind of like when my cell service went out and I was like, oh, a satellite must have went out.
Yeah.
Other than I actually just forgot to pay the bill.
Right.
That must be what it is.
Right. Wake up and I'm like, God, it's freezing. I'm like, maybe I'm just getting old and I can't handle the cold like I used to. And I was like, hour, 2 hours kind of go by. I'm like, geez, like,
yeah.
like really, really cold.
Yeah.
I try to take a shower. It's like steaming so hard because like the room itself is
Right.
so cold.
It's 40 degrees.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It turns out it's like, I think maybe a little over 50 or something. Turns out the whole heat went out of the whole place.
Yeah.
But I just enjoyed the fact that I was like, rather than
I paid my bill.
Yeah.
being like, well, maybe I'm just being a weenie about it.
Right. We used to keep the in my house, I keep the thermostat early on at like 62 degrees.
Perfect.
Which in my bedroom, sometimes it would get like I could see my breath in my bedroom on occasion, which is fucking insane.
Yes.
But yeah,
Sometimes it feels good.
it's not. There's nothing better than being warm under your blankets in a freezing room.
Oh yeah, that's where
Love
it's
it.
at.
Trying to get up and do anything when you're in that position, like, oh, time to go to work. Oh yeah, or I could just die right here.
Yep. Or I could just bury myself under blankets. And let nature take its course.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm taking the "you can't fire me, I quit" angle on my life. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Nice.
these pants are.
More new pants.
This is another pair of new pants, indeed.
Fucking new pants boss over
That's
here.
right. 3 pairs for Christmas, no big deal. And joggers.
A bountiful harvest.
That's right. And I found a bag of. I've been wondering where the hell all my socks went. Do you guys have this issue with socks?
Of course.
What the fuck? I used to have so many socks. I would have, because rather than clean socks, I would just buy more socks.
Of course.
Many times over. And I would have like, when it's time for socks and underwear, that's a whole fucking heaping basket, baby. And lately I'm like, socks and underwear time. And I'm like, what the fuck? It's like a quarter basket. What the fuck is this? But when I was getting ready for no sleep, trying to find all my suit stuff, I was digging through some of the shit in the basement. Found a big old bag of socks and underwear. And I was like,
Found a
hell
gold
yeah.
vein.
I was like,
You're like,
hell
yes.
yeah,
You struck gold.
pretty sweet.
You're like, nice.
Yeah, very much.
I'm back.
Yeah. Daddy's got a fat wallet.
That's right.
Big time. Big cat strutting.
Because that's really my only qualification for laundry time is, do I have clean socks and underwear?
Yeah.
Otherwise, if I do, I'm good to go.
Yeah.
If I don't, then I got to do fucking laundry, bro.
Yeah. Do you ever bring one out of retirement? Like where you're like, I wore this one before.
It's not so bad.
Well, I do.
This one's the
like we
least
said,
worse.
I've got issues. And if it depends on what, basically it depends on whether or not I wore these socks to work or not.
Right.
And if I didn't, they can be reused generally.
Okay. You have to take like the bandage approach almost.
Yeah.
Where it's like, is the wound.
Yeah.
And I've
it
been
still
desperate
dry?
before.
Yes.
But like, I definitely have more socks and just go to bed, you know? And then in the morning being like, shit. And then concerned, like, oh, I hope I don't get gangrene of the foot today. I'm wearing dirty socks.
You trench foot.
Yeah, that's much better.
Yeah.
I wish I had said that. Yeah, but I don't do that very often. It's so
No.
desperate, you know.
You're working.
This is why when people talk to me about listening to the podcast, I go, we pretend that doesn't happen.
My feet are great. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Or watching. I
Yeah.
guess.
I feel like my pits have been stinking harder than usual.
Huh.
You know? Just to bring you.
Yeah, I
Since
mean,
we're on
you
the
just got
stink
over a stressful period of
Maybe
life.
that. I do feel like
that.
I stink more when I stress.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude.
Yeah.
That's a real.
I'm just stinking up the place.
It's
I'm
facts.
stressed. And then,
Yeah.
then that makes me more stressed because I'm stinking.
Yeah, and you're about to take a trip. Maybe that makes you a little stinkier.
No, see, these last couple of days that I've slowed down post show, less stink. How about that?
Yeah, you don't get the animal putrid
Yeah.
fear stink coming
I'm like
out
a
of you.
skunk.
Yeah.
When I'm fearful,
Yeah.
I spray.
Yeah.
There you go. Just out of your armpits.
I put out my stink.
Yeah.
Beware.
Danger.
Yeah, repellent. It is interesting though. Yeah, like the the biomes of the body,
Yeah.
as it were.
And it keeps changing too.
Yeah.
10 years from now, it'll be a whole different scenario. You just never know.
Right.
Yeah.
In the future, the balls will be on top.
That's right. That's where they're headed.
They don't hang like 2 years
Yeah.
on either side.
Cradle the balls.
Yes. Dick joke always saves it.
That's right. Yep.
Hell yeah. I talked about the no nut thing. Heat went out. Oh, I considered quitting comedy after this most recent show, just because I feel like it every time after a big show. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
maybe I'll never do it.
Yeah.
Never be a part of it again. But then I went to the open mic this past Wednesday at Dugan's Hideaway.
You should have.
I had a heck of a time.
I want to go to that, and then it gives me a gap between.
All it takes is one
podcasting.
good mic, and you're like, I'm in.
Yeah, I didn't even perform, just watch it, and I'm like, I still love this shit, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just can't quit you.
Yeah. I think that'd be a better one for me to be consistently late to, because that's what's going to happen if I go to podcast or to.
The room's like great.
Open
the way they
mics.
set it up now is really
I
nice.
love that room. I love the setup there is fucking fantastic.
It's great for a little mic or show, man. It's a good spot. Yeah, now they're not. They're back because of
Christmas is
Yep.
over.
yeah.
They had
They do the
the-
holiday bar
yeah.
thing, but yeah. So I almost quit comedy yet again, but they keep bringing me back.
I
Out
kind
the
of
time.
have quit comedy, I guess. I just still do it sometimes.
You're like in the
It's more of a state of mind.
Yeah.
like the pro tour, like PGA style.
Yeah.
It's like you're the older guy.
Senior tour.
Yeah, senior tour.
Yeah. I'm on the.
Told and I like to do pro-ams.
Yeah.
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 I'm taking my paternity leave from comedy.
Yeah.
So,
It's 60 months.
yeah.
Yeah.
Some maybe. We'll see. I hope not. But
60.
I've still done a couple things, but no
Yeah.
sleep,
Yeah.
obviously.
Did a heck of a job hosting, my friend.
Oh, thank you.
The two-face suit looked great too.
Yeah.
Like the smoke, non-smoke. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that when I put that after washing it.
One was
putting
like
it-
ivory,
and I
and
still
one was
didn't
white.
notice because I was like, "No, this is a cream colored shirt. I wish it was white." And then after I put the tie on, I was like, "This shirt is straight up two different colors." Yeah,
White and nicotine white.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah,
It's like a car air
yeah.
filter.
Yep. Yeah. Pearly white and smoker's teeth.
Looks great in the photos though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. Fun photos.
Yeah, I was getting ready to put out some more. I got quite a few.
I looked at I was like, man, I'm a hairy, beardy son of a bitch. We all are very beardy right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look like a couple lobster fishermen. You know?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like I look like I could be in Jesus Christ Superstars, one of the apostles.
Sounds right.
You guys knew. I used to watch that movie a lot.
Yeah.
They have big hair and beards. Some of them It's from the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah. You always have 70s beard and hair.
Not always.
Sometimes he does the 70s stash.
I do that.
Then he looks like a little porno director. Well, folks. Heck of a
We always
podcast.
yeah.
Heck of
We
a
love going
podcast.
out with a big finale. It's like a
Yeah.
fireworks show.
I got nothing.
The end of the week
Is that
is
right?
here.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
The week just ended.
Yeah. I already did all my jokes. I tried my best.
That's all you can ask, you know?
Yeah, it's true.
Did I say this? Sarah asked a couple weeks when we get out of the shower. She's like, do you feel clean when you get out of our shower? And I'm like, what do you mean?
Define
I
clean.
was like, I feel so clean. She's like, I don't like. She's like, because of the bottom. I'm like, oh, I see. I was like, Sarah, I lived with another dude for almost 15 years in this house. This is the cleanest the bathroom has ever been by a million miles. So yes, I feel clean, but I understand where you're coming from. It's
a spectrum.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is. Yeah,
It really
It's a
is.
spectrum.
Yes. And if it's on the spectrum of cleanliness, you're up here, and I'm like down here.
Right.
And I used to be like coming out of the tar pits. You know what I'm saying?
Primordial.
Yeah. So it's all. I do feel clean.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Before your place would be more defined as like a dwelling.
Yeah,
You know,
You know, I let hobos stay there when they hopped off the train.
Donnie Towns.
And they're like, I feel right at home. That's right.
Yeah. So what are you going to have to spray paint it, or what do you think?
We're actually going to get her and I are going to do a serious adult thing and get our bathroom redone or like
my God.
recovered
Do the old
over. Yeah. Yep. And now I've said it on the podcast, so it has to be done.
All right.
Right?
Venmo at Tobo.
That's right.
We got a bathroom to pay for.
Oh, yeah. I shouldn't be talking about having more money than I used to have when I give my Venmo at the end of every podcast.
That's right.
But I do. So don't feel bad. Donators, if you don't donate.
Donators.
Well,
great podcast, folks.
I think it was pretty
I
good.
think it was pretty good. I agree with you. See, I'm so easily convinced. Like I said earlier,
Yeah.
it is great.
just tell me what he wants to hear.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just tell me anything. Venmo at Tobo Cop, Black Hat Ice Cream. Machine went in today.
Boom. Moving
Damn.
on up.
You get another fancy Italian ice cream machine?
Unfortunately, that's all they sell. So yes.
Ah, damn. That's like, do they have a monopoly on the industrial ice cream
They
store
really
size?
do. Yeah.
That's kind of.
There's a couple American companies, but there's a few Italian ones, and that's it. But the
What
Italians-
if you could think of an improvement, you could break their monopoly.
Well,
You take down big ice cream.
that's above my pay grade.
Oh.
I just crank ice cream out. That's all I know.
He's just a humble ice cream man.
That's all I know.
AJ doesn't crank out any ice cream.
He just cranks his hog. With 3.5
It's all
hours left.
imagination ice cream. That's why I call it.
All plain. It's all vanilla, baby.
Right from the old imagination.
Patreon.com/NoSleepDSM. Subscribe, follow us on all the platforms. Follow us on TikTok while it still exists.
We get to keep it till it stops working, though.
Nice.
Is that a
So
deal?
basically, as updates, they're not going to make anybody get rid of it. As updates come through, it will slow down. So eventually, it will be totally worthless. And I've seen people downloading Lemonade, which is another app that ByteDance owns. That's, I guess, similar to TikTok. And then there's Red Note,
Yeah.
Red Book, which is a straight up. It's called Red because it's Chinese.
It's a communist.
Like, you have to like agree to the Chinese socialist that you'll follow.
You become a member of the Chinese army. If you,
yeah. It's
there
kind
are
of
terms
crazy.
and conditions.
And people are joining it by the millions.
Wow.
Hilarious. The guy I work with loves it. Kind of funny.
We were just kind of getting our TikTok thing going.
I know.
You know what I mean?
It is a real bummer because that's the only app people like us on.
True.
What are you
It's
gonna
true.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Don't worry,
what that
a
is.
new thing will come out and we'll catch it on the ground floor.
There you go.
Yep.
Take it to the moon.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a good idea.
Yep.
We get killed on LinkedIn.
Hell yeah. Be a couple of regular Abraham LinkedIn's.
With content like that, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
We're a shoe-in. Man.
Abraham LinkedIn. I could just see, like, because you can vote for people's little skills. It's like honesty or what, you know, like
Yeah.
things that Abe LinkedIn is good at. You can like endorse skills on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Folks. I've been AJ Simmons. Great podcast. with
I've
the
been
boys.
Tom McGrain. I agree.
And I've been Alex Carter, and I also agree. So there you go.
Thank you, Shyla, executive producer. Goodbye.
Fucking AJ, Toll and Alex. They're fucking hilarious.
This is a certified hood classic. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.